Hello again, 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. Alright, so I want to talk with you about stage directions today. I want to review stage directions with you. Not the kind of stage directions we talk about when we're writing a script, not stage directions in a written script, but stage directions as in acting areas of the stage. So upstage, downstage, stage right, stage left. So if I'm standing in the very middle of the stage, what do we call that? Because we don't call it middle stage, what do we call it? Call it center stage, exactly. And then if I walk toward the audience, closer to the audience, do we call that upstage or downstage? It's downstage. Downstage is closer to the audience. So if downstage is closer to the audience, if we move further away from the audience, that is upstage. Exactly. So let's look at this diagram together. So remember, stage directions are all about where the audience is, If you watched my last video about different kinds of stages, different kinds of theaters, we talked about the proscenium theater, and stage directions mostly apply to a proscenium theater. Because in an arena theater, if the audience is all around, these don't really apply because it's based on where the audience is. So in a proscenium theater, it's only audience on one side, right? In front of the stage. And remember, this apron is the area in front of the proscenium arch, or in front of the proscenium line. The proscenium line is the invisible line that is right underneath the proscenium arch that separates the apron from the stage. We talked about, we don't call it middle stage, we call it center stage. In this case, they're calling it stage center, but we typically say center stage. And if you go closer to the audience, you're going downstage. And farther away from the audience is upstage. And remember that stage right and stage left is all about the actors right and left when facing the audience. So right now, since we're looking at it from the audience's perspective, it's opposite of our own right and left. But if you were standing on the stage facing the audience, this side would be your right side, and this side would be your left side. It's a little bit confusing. And so if we're far away from the audience and it's our right-hand side when we're standing on the stage facing the audience, we are upstage right. All right, my friends, so if you want to practice stage directions at home, you need to choose one room in your house to represent your stage. And you have to choose which wall your pretend audience is on. You have to choose which wall represents your audience, because remember, stage directions are all based on where the audience is. So for instance, if I were practicing in this room, I would make the wall in front of me my audience, which would make this side of the room stage right, this side of the room stage left, this upstage, and this downstage. And you can go back to this video and look at the diagram to double check yourself, or just Google stage direction diagram and one will pop up for you. So you can walk to an area of the room and think, would this be upstage right, downstage left? Where would I be? And designate your 9 acting areas in your room and practice identifying them. All right, my friends, I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. And I hope we'll be back at school soon.